loyalty means the degree to which a consumer consistently purchases the same brand within a specific product category. Companies fight for brand loyalty because it correlates well with product sales. It's a great asset for a brand because brand loyalty decreases marketing expenses for the company. Additionally, loyal consumers are usually willing to pay more for products, and they are more forgiving when something negative happens about the brand, and so on. In this lecture, I would like to introduce you a new way of thinking about brand loyalty. We have seen in the previous lecture that positive consumer-brand relationships lead to brand loyalty. There are both emotional and functional aspects of a relationship. We need to understand them first to see how they affect brand loyalty. Emotional aspects of brand relationships reflect the belief that brands have a personality and that consumers' relationship with brands are similar to their relationships with their friends. In this context, ego and self-esteem of consumers are involved in the relationship. In contrast, in functional aspects of brand relationship, it involves consumers' evaluation of the concrete, utilitarian aspects of brand performance. Another important factor that affects brand loyalty is consumer involvement. Consumer involvement refers to the degree of information processing or the extent of importance a consumer attaches to a product. So now let's try to think about how emotional and functional aspects of brand relationships and consumer involvement may relate to brand loyalty. Kristin Nordholm provides 3 types of brand loyalty and suggests that brands should tailor their marketing efforts according to these 3 types of brand loyalty: head loyalty, heart loyalty, and hand loyalty. You may see how these different loyalty types can be located on 2 dimensions with regards to consumers' involvement, emotional and rational involvement with the product. Head loyalty requires strong rational involvement. Consumers exhibiting this type of loyalty generally have 1 or more specific reasons for their purchase decisions, and they can easily articulate these. Statements such as, "I bought this car because it has the highest safety ratings," or "I bought these shoes because they help me increase my athletic performance," could be examples of head loyalty. Consumers usually generate head loyalty to products whose attributes can be compared with and be differentiated from other products. Because consumers are just interested in the product attributes, companies need to implement lots of product improvements and then communicate and promote them heavily. Competitors seeking to steal customers exhibiting head loyalty generally need to provide a compelling, rational argument for their brand. Heart loyalty, on the other hand, requires strong emotional involvement with a particular brand. When a customer says, "I love my iPhone," she is exhibiting heart loyalty. Consumers usually have heart loyalty to products that are consumed in public and thought to reflect the identity of the person consuming them. It's hard to challenge this type of loyalty because consumer relationships with the brand is highly personal and emotional in nature, and hence resistant to rational appeals. Because the product choice is tied up with the consumer's identity and ego, a competitive challenge to this choice can even be perceived as a personal affront to the consumer. Heart-loyal consumers don't want to be told that they should switch to another brand. Brands with heart-loyal consumers continuously need to demonstrate their consumers that they hear and understand them. Hand loyalty does not require high involvement with the product. Hand loyalty is habitual. The consumer is loyal to the product not because of an emotional or rational involvement, but simply because of a routine that she has established. Her commitment to the brand is low, and her interest in expending the resources necessary to search for a replacement brand is even lower. "This toothpaste is fine" is a common hand loyalty statement. The challenge for competitors seeking to steal hand loyal customers is to convince them that it is worth to think about changing. However, because consumers are low involvement, they do not actually want to think about their purchase decisions for these products. Hence, it's harder for competitors to make consumers think about a change. Consumers with hand loyalty seek familiarity. Brands with hand-loyal consumers try to maintain the habit, so product changes should be very subtle and gradual. The emphasis should be on maintaining distribution and product quality. The challenge with the brand loyalty approach is that the skills and resources the firm needs to maintain consumers with different types of loyalty are very different. Additionally, consumers may start with one kind of loyalty and shift to another, and it may be very difficult to detect the shift. If the marketing programs are aimed at one type of loyalty and the consumers in that category shift, the result may be a severe loss to the company, both in terms of loyalty and sales. So brands need to examine the way consumers feel loyal to them and be prepared to adjust their activities accordingly.